Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ibele Jonathan, President of the Republic of Nigeria, Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, Excellency Dr. Dlamini Zuma, Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Excellency Dr. Babatunde Osotumen, Under-Secretary General and Executive Director of UNFPA, distinguished representatives of the African delegation, representatives of other United Nations organizations, representatives of development partners, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to this special summit of the African Union on HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. I would like to seize this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to my good friend and brother, President Goodluck Jonathan, for his country's firm commitment and leadership in the fight against this disease, as well as for organizing the special summit together with the African Union, the United Nations, agencies, and development partners. The main objective of our summit is clearly reflected in the theme ownership, accountability, and sustainability of HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria response in Africa, past, present, and future, which allows us to review achievements and challenges in reversing the impact of these three diseases. This special summit will also offer a good opportunity for us to assess the state of maternal, neonatal, and childbirth in our continent with a view to reinvigorate our commitments to achieve the health-related Millennium Development Goals. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, our collective aspiration to bring about socio-economic transformation will not be achieved without having a healthy and productive human resources. Although Africa is richly endowed with natural resources, its human capital is the key to unleashing its potential for socio-economic growth and development. Therefore, without ensuring the health and overall well-being of our peoples, we cannot be able to guarantee the sustainability of the robust economic growth that we have been able to achieve over the last decade. That's why expanding universal access to health services in our countries is very critical. As you all know, HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria have been major causes of morbidity and mortality in Africa, taking a heavy toll on our productive population, thereby hampering our socio-economic development. Over the last decade, however, we have made tremendous efforts in combating this disease, and encouraging results have been achieved in this regard. According to the report jointly prepared by African Union, UNECA, UNDP, and African Development Bank, several African countries have made impressive progress towards achieving health-related and other MDG targets. For instance, about 22 countries in sub-Saharan Africa have reduced new HIV infection by more than 25% and made considerable reduction in AIDS mortality. Countries in Africa are also well on track towards achieving 75% reduction in malaria case incidence by 2015. The achievements were indeed made possible through strong country ownership and leadership, active community involvement, and unprecedented global support in delivering life-saving medicines to the majority of our peoples. Nevertheless, there is no doubt that these challenges still remain in terms of achieving the objectives outlined in the Abuja Call for Action, as well as the targets set in the health-related MDGs. Particularly, many African countries are off track in reducing the burden of maternal and child deaths, which underscores the need to reinvigorate our concerted efforts at all levels to address the underlying cause of maternal and child deaths. We also have a long way to go in terms of expanding access to malaria and TB diagnosis and treatment. Therefore, we should draw the right lessons from our achievements and challenges to scale up our strategic interventions in order to further strengthen our health systems and ensure universal access to health services with a view to achieving the Millennium Development Goals. In this regard, we need to adopt the right policies, programs, and the strategies, as well as demonstrate the necessary political commitment and strong leadership. Building on our health systems from the bottom up by ensuring active community participation is, of course, very critical in order to ensure universal access to health services and reach out to the poor and marginalized sections of our society. This is precisely what we in Ethiopia have been trying to do through our flagship health extension program by deploying 38,000 health extension workers, almost all of them women, across the whole country. The role that was played by model households was unequally important. As a result, we have managed to achieve tremendous progress over the last decade. As I indicated earlier, the rate of new HIV infection has been significantly reduced. The number of women dying in childbirth has decreased. The number of immunized children has increased. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the role of international development partners in channeling much-needed financial resources has indeed been one of the key factors to the success that we have achieved in the last decade. We owe them much-deserved gratitude, and I join hands with my brother, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to thank them for the generous support. I wish to take this opportunity